really happy you could join me for some yoga today. Our sequence is going to be a nice little pick-me-up, a little break from sitting at your desk or doing some computer work. So let's get started. We're going to begin in standing. Feet should be a little bit wider than hip-width distance apart. And we're going to ground down with a little bit of movement. So linking our movement with our breath. Sending your awareness down into your feet, feeling that connection to your mat. We're going to bend those knees. Inhale as we lengthen. Holding here for a breath. Exhale. Releasing those hands. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Last time here. Inhale, lengthen. Envision that spine lengthening, the arms lengthening. Exhale, release those hands down. We're going to bring that left hand to our right rib cage, grabbing onto the side of our body. And we're going to take 2 arm circles here. Your hands can follow that arm. Last one here. And release. That's fine on the other side. So bringing that right hand to our rib area, kind of grabbing that side of our body, and then doing nice big circles here. And by grabbing the side of our body, this is allowing some stability here so we can really feel that maybe in our upper back. So releasing our hands down, we're going to shrug our shoulders one at a time. So bring that right shoulder up to your ear, release, bring it up again, release, last time here, and release. And if you're feeling a little tightness here and that motion bringing it all the way up is too much, then maybe dial it back a little bit. So just listening to your body. It's fine then on the opposite side and making that accommodation. Release, inhale, lifting, release, last one here, and release. Let's do a half circle rolls with our head here. So we're going to sink our chin to our chest. Take a breath here, and then bringing that left ear to the left shoulder. Sinking chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder. Keeping that awareness with your breath. Eyes can remain open or closed, depending on your comfort level. If you do decide to keep them open, maybe half close them, just allowing them to relax. Last one here. When you find yourself back in center, inhale, allowing your head to rise up. Now we're going to inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, interlace those fingers, turn the palms so they're facing the ceiling, and we're going to find a nice side bend here. So inhale as we lengthen, exhale, reach over to the right side, opening up that left side body. Inhale back to center, exhale, reaching to the left. Come back to center. And if it feels better for your arms to be bent, you can do that too if that full extension doesn't feel good. Let's do that one more time. Reaching to the right. Inhale back to center. Reaching over to the left. Come back to center. Exhale, releasing those hands down. We're going to come to the top of our mat if you're not already there. And we're going to find chair pose. So we're going to send those seat bones back like we're sitting in a deep chair, sending those arms straight out in front, holding here, kind of activating the front part of our thighs, pulling that belly button towards our back. And then we're going to exhale, release into that forward fold. Knees can be nice and bent here, allowing that head and neck to release. Taking a few rounds of breath here. You Might be feeling all that pressure running to the top of your head and face. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. We're going to find that sun salutation A, stepping back into plank or lowering those knees down, modifying your plank, and then lowering down through chaturanga as the arms sweep the sides of our body. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Pushing up through tabletop, back into downward facing dog. We're going to do one more round of that. So sending your gaze up towards the top of your mat, stepping your feet forward, coming into that forward fold. And we're going to find chair pose here. So sink those seat bones down, bringing your chest forward, arms pointing straight out in front. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. And then exhale, release into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze is down, shoulders are away from your ears. Exhale, release, stepping back into your plank. Pulling that belly button in to support your lower back. Lower down through that chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lifts, gaze is down. Release, pressing through tabletop, coming into downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling those feet up, alternating, bending one knee and then the other. And then we're going to lift that right leg off the ground, and that lifting can be slightly or it can be higher depending on your practice and what feels good in your body. And then sending our gaze up to the front of our mat, we're going to bring that right foot right in between our two hands, coming into high lunge. Taking a moment here. Then you're going to walk that back foot forward slightly, coming into warrior one feet. So planting that heel down onto the floor. Your toes are pointing towards the long side of your mat. Pulling that core in, lifting up. Hands can come straight out in front or pointing up to the sky into warrior one. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands down onto the mat. Lift that back foot so our toes are now facing forward. Release that knee down to the ground, coming into low lunge. You might need to reposition that back foot to get a stretch in that front part of that left thigh. And then let's plant that left palm down, allowing our right hand to come onto that right thigh and twisting over to the left. To the right, excuse me. Holding here for a breath. Exhale, release. Tucking those toes, stepping that left foot forward. Exhale, release. And then let's find that chair pose again. So seat bones come down, and then upper half of our body lifts up and arms come out to the front. Let's hold here for a few breaths. Exhale, release into that forward fold. Plant those hands down. Now we're going to step that right leg back, finding high lunge. And then we're going to find that transition to warrior one. So you might need to walk that back foot in slightly, allowing that heel to come down. Toes are facing more towards the long side of your mat. Pull that belly button towards your back as you lift up. Arms coming straight out or up to the ceiling. Pressing into that front thigh. Holding here for a few breaths. Exhale, release those hands, plant them down. We're gonna lift that back heel, swivel it so those toes are facing forward. Release that knee down onto the mat. And if you need to readjust, you please do so. And finding low lunge here. And then let's plant that right hand down onto the mat, bringing that left hand to your left thigh, swiveling open here towards your left thigh. Exhale, release, planting those hands down, bringing that right foot to meet that left in that forward fold. Let's find that chair pose, sinking those seat bones down, lifting up that chest, sending arms out straight in front. And then coming up. Exhale, release your hands down. We're gonna come to face the front and we're gonna find wide leg forward fold. So step your feet out about 4 feet apart. We're gonna take our hands flat, place them on our low back and bring our elbows having them come close together, opening up the front of our body. Exhale, release, and allow yourself to bend your knees and come into that wide leg forward fold. Allow your head and neck to release. And then bend those knees coming up. Keeping your feet wide, we're going to inhale our hands straight out in front of us and find eagle arms. So we're going to bring that left arm over in the middle of the body, crossing that right arm. So our elbows are in line with one another. And then bringing them up, and you might just stay here, but we're kind of wrapping them around. So that left hand comes to the inside of that right palm. If that's not comfortable, then you can always come here, or you can stay here, kind of giving yourself a hug. This also is opening up the back of our upper back. So do what feels right to your body. And then exhale, release those arms, shake them out. And then let's send them up again. That right hand is gonna come to the center. Left arm is gonna go over top, finding eagle arms here. Opening up the backside or giving yourself a nice hug. Both are opening up that upper back. And then releasing that, maybe shaking those arms out. And then here, we're gonna walk our feet in slightly and we're gonna play with a little bit of balance. So have a little fun with this. So we're gonna push off that left foot, coming on to that right. And this is fun, this is a new practice, so have fun with it. There's no judgment, just having fun. Sometimes we forget to have fun in yoga practice. It can be a little bit serious when it shouldn't be. So pushing off with that, so we're gonna bend into that left leg, press off, and then lifting that knee up if that feels good. Maybe playing with a little bit of movement. And then allowing yourself to come back down onto that left leg. Now let's press into that right leg, push off, sending that knee up. You might feel a little wobbly, you might even fall over. Come back into it, play with it, have fun with it. Balance is always a practice and every day can be different, and either side can be different as well. Release that back onto our mat. Let's tick-tock our feet back to center. Inhale as we lengthen here, And then as we exhale, we're gonna bring our hands so they're grabbing onto our elbows. We're kind of boxing our head in here. Step your feet out if that feels a little bit better. We're just gonna hold this for a minute, noticing our breath. And then exhale, release. Inhale, bringing our hands to heart center. Sending yourself some gratitude today. You took some time for yourself today. You showed up to the mat, moved your body, and I hope you had some fun. Namaste.